I sometimes believe society might be held together by the polite wave out the back of our car window when someone lets us, you know, merge in front of them in traffic. I mean it. I really think the universe might hinge on the few people who still put away their shopping carts in the grocery store parking lot, and the handful of do-gooders who hustle just a little bit across the crosswalk because a car is waiting for them. I know some people find this stuff like silly. They're too busy and too important to worry about such simple and trivial courtesies like these. And you're right. You don't have to acknowledge that person. You aren't obligated to wave or smile. You had the right of way. You don't owe them anything. You are justified. But man, the cost to you is so low. The cost of that wave, that smile, that head nod, that tip of the cap, that humble acknowledgement of humanity, the cost is so low compared to the payoff of us living together in a moment of heavenly togetherness. Maybe this is naive. Maybe this is silly. Maybe I'm the silly one. But when I think about ancient faith teachings, I often see them in really simple terms. Take the Lord's Prayer, for example. Jesus teaches people how to pray by suggesting we say something like, "Dear God, give us our daily bread," the simple things that embody your spirit, the things that make you real in our everyday lives. And forgive us when we screw up, and help us forgive others. And when we're tempted to be selfish, help us not be. And remind us that if we do this simple stuff, we will be creating heaven on earth right now. We do all this connected to you, God. Amen. You definitely don't have to wave or smile or nod or let that person in front of you merge. You're right. You're justified. But I think Jesus and all the great leaders of history, they weren't trying to teach us about what we have to do. The lesson that they were trying to teach us about what we could do to create a divine experience here and now. We have these tiny little choices all day long, and our little momentary choices are the bricks with which we build our lives. We are co-constructing the universe around us with those choices. We can settle for what we're obligated to do, or we can do the little things that might make our world a little bit more connected, a little bit less isolated, a little bit more love-filled, and a little bit more heavenly right now. Why wouldn't we want to make those choices? Here's a familiar prayer. Loving God, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Hey, Between is about you. Take this message out into your life this week and transform the world around you by filling the space between you and every person you encounter with God's love. My favorite church is the space between people. Now go with God's love and create the church between.